Hey Brent, Micah Collins here, and in this video, I'm going to show you the 3 things that will set your company above your competition, not waste any of your time or mine. I spoke with you yesterday about getting this video over to you, but essentially, the reason why I'm doing this is a lot of times local business owners are simply too busy running their own business to learn how the internet can benefit them and their company. So I have found that by giving people an easy free attack plan of actual things they can do to impact their own business for free, it results in some of those local business owners still raising their hands at the end and saying, you know what, Micah, I like you. Why don't you just take care of this for me? So, Brent, if by the end of this video you like what you've heard and you can see I have a lot of tricks up my sleeve, so to speak, that can help impact your business, you can shoot me a quick message and we can chat. Or if you simply want to take this free attack plan and do this yourself, dude, I'm totally cool with that. Whatever's best for your business. So, without any further ado, let's hop right in. Get my seat situated. Sorry about that. And the first thing I want to go with you today is your content. Okay. So, again, we hop over here and we look at, I see you have some service areas. Okay. You have some good content on your homepage, not terrible. But if we look over here, we can see your service areas and you have it split up quite a bit and looks a little old, but I'm not going to worry about the design. That's not really my whole area of expertise. If we look over here, you have some decent service pages, you don't really have a blog. I would recommend getting a blog because it's what your competition's doing, right? But that's the first thing I would do is I'd actually combine Oklahoma City service area. I would do that, combine it with the homepage, and you'll immediately see higher rankings, dude. I'm telling you, you will 100% start seeing higher rankings if you really target this mainly towards Oklahoma City metro area. And obviously, you say metro, so it includes Edmond, Moore, Norman, and Yukon, right? But that's the first thing I would do is, get rid of that OKC service page and combine it with this homepage, and you will immediately see better rankings, 100%. So if we look at David Fry's Roofing, they're really dominating in the Norman, Oklahoma area. So I'm just going to compare you to them because they're a closer competitor than the big guys that are getting like 2.3 thousand people on their website every month. We'll start with this one. And then once you start to dominate some and have the capital, then you can invest more into something bigger like dominating Oklahoma City Metro. Okay. So looking over here at their website, they have a lot of specific content towards every single like service area. Okay. So Norman, they have a lot of content right here. If we hop over to your website, if we go to, what was it, Norman? You don't really have a ton. There's just not a whole lot here for Norman. So Google likes to see a little bit more content per service area. So that's the first thing I would recommend doing is getting a little bit more content right here. And it looks like a little spammy. I will be honest, like it looks like tons of keywords. I'm just gonna be honest, like roofing services in Norman, Oklahoma. That's one, all kinds of different like Norman roofing services, just a ton of keywords, which you want keywords, don't get me wrong, but to an extent it can go the other way when we put too many keywords and Google sees it as spammy, okay? See, as we look at David Fry's roofing, they are not doing that. They're using, Norman, Oklahoma, just keywords naturally throughout. That's what you want. I'm just going to keep it at that. All right, if we hop over to Ahrefs, I love this tool because it allows me to see behind the scenes of everything Google's looking at online. So if we hop over here, we can see that you're ranking for 24 organic keywords, but you only have 9 people on your website every single month. Now, this is a not great for the Norman, Oklahoma, or any specific like suburb area, Oklahoma City Metro in general. It's just not great. Okay. You could be doing a whole lot more. For instance, this guy is just targeting Norman. Okay. And he gets 107 people on his website every single month. Okay. If we look at your specific keywords and compare them to, excuse me, we can see that you are trying to rank for roofing OKC, which is an amazing keyword. Gets searched 450 times a month, but you only get 3 of those people because you're on the 17th position, way down on Google. Okay, it's going to be a lot to catch up, take a lot of capital, but to be able to overcome Oklahoma City metro area. Again, I would personally, with however much capital you have, I would invest into the smaller areas first. Get jobs from those, get higher margin jobs, and then you'd have the profit and the capital to be able to invest into dominating Oklahoma City metro in general. Okay. So that's the first thing I would do because you're not going to get a whole lot of traction just nailing Oklahoma City. Um, without hitting those metros first. Okay. If we hop over to David Fry's roofing, which is just targeting Norman, very beatable guy. Okay. We scroll down by location, we can see roofing Norman, Oklahoma. It gets searched 200 times a month. Great keyword. They get 29 of those people on their website every single month because they are on the third position. Roof repair Norman, Oklahoma. Get searched 20 times a month. They get because they're on or excuse me, they get searched 150 times a month. They get 20 of those people on their website every month because they are on the third position. The list just goes on from there, right? Getting them 107 people on their website every single month. And this is just the first person I would look at beating. If you want to go after the first person and more, I don't care, um whichever suburb area you want to target first, I would just recommend, targeting some of those smaller areas. It's going to be less capital intensive. Target those areas, dominate them first, get the leads in from those. Then you'll have the ability to go for the big dogs, right? All right, Brent. And before I bore you to death, we're just going to do something a little bit different. We're going to pretend we are a potential customer and we're looking up roofing Norman, Oklahoma, again, just for the purposes of this video. The first section we see is the ad section now. I probably don't have to explain too much, but a lot of people don't like ads because there's a lot of bad leads that come, a lot of tire kickers. And the truth is, only 10 to 20% of all the leads end up going to the ad section. The rest end up scrolling down. So if we scroll down to the map pack, this area gets about 40 to 60% of all the clicks on Google. So a lot better place. And then also, if you scroll down past that, this whole area gets like 30%, sometimes even 40% just on the top, like 2 spots right here. So this is another great place to be. Let's start up here on the map pack though. And this brings me to the second thing I wanted to speak with you today, and that is what we call citations. So if we look at the guy at the top right here, excuse me. We immediately see their name, their address, and their phone number listed right here on Google. That is what we call the NAP or the NAP, the name, address, phone number. And why this matters is that's how Google finds relevance with your business. Okay. So what Google does is they're sending their bots out across all of the internet looking for businesses they can trust across the internet. So where they're looking for these businesses is what we call citations. You might know them as directories, the BBB, Yelp, Bing, Merchant Circle, Yellow Book, Yellow Pages, lots of those old directory websites. You want to have your name, your address, and your phone number listed consistently throughout those, and you'll 100% start dominating across the Google Map Pack, especially if you're pushing up on those reviews every job you do, getting another 5-star review consistently, and you add on those citations, you will absolutely dominate online, hands down. So if we continue scrolling down, this brings me to the third thing I wanted to speak with you today, and that is what we call backlinks. That's everything with getting you right here and getting more authority with Google. So what a backlink is and why it matters here is because how you get authority with Google is whenever website A points to website B, then site A is giving site B some of its like link juice or power, passing like a vote of confidence from one website to another website. And why that matters is the more of these websites you have pointing to yours, then the more Google sees you as trustworthy, authoritative in your industry and pushes you up to get more calls and clicks. Okay. Excuse me again. And the more relevant the site A is pointing to site B, the more valuable that link is to Google. And so let me break it down for you. So if you get like a local blog or industry site pointing to your website, then that's awesome because it has to do with your business, guttering site, anything like that. But if you get, a link from Pizza Hut, say, because you did a job from them, well, Google doesn't really care because they sell pepperoni pizzas, you do roofs, there's no correlation there. All right, hopping right back over to Ahrefs. I love this tool again because it allows me to see what backlinks you have and your competition has and compare, okay? You have 224 backlinks pushing to your website, okay? Only generating you 9 people to your website every single month, okay? 9 customers. If we hop over to David Fry's, who's only targeting Norman, mind you, they only have 33 backlinks, only 33, and they're getting 107 organic traffic on their website every single month. Now, how this works, you're probably like, man, how does that even happen? Well, again, number one is your content on your website. That's the first thing I would do is just have a little bit better, less spammy looking content is the first thing. The second thing is I would get better quality backlinks if I were you. And I mean, you have decent quality backlinks, but like I mean, it's a lot, it's a lot at once, and your competition is clearly only 33 backlinks, and you have 224, and 9 times out of 10, that is a backlink quality issue. Okay, you're sending a lot of power to your website. Whoever's doing your SEO is sending a lot of power, but it's not sending a lot of trust signals to Google, and that is what you really want to work on, is that over time. It's a progressive issue. It's not like you can just throw backlinks and wish for this best. You got to progressively go at it, okay? So now you're probably sitting there, well, Micah, what the heck? Like, I don't know about this backlink stuff. So I'm going to break it down really simple how you get these for yourself without anybody else's help. Okay. You just hop over here, put in your competition into a tool like Ahrefs. Okay. Just put their website in, go down here to backlinks, click on that backlink deal. Go down here and click on any of these, click on all of them and get them for yourself, and you'll 100% start dominating across Google, hands down. Once you get these 33 backlinks for yourself and fix the content issue, 100% dominate them across Google, hands down. All right, Brent. So hopefully you can see by now, like getting you to the top on Google and getting more calls every single month. It's not magic. It's just a method. And I've shown you that method here today. Once again, we went over your content, your citations, and your backlinks. You want to have all of those completely dialed in. You will dominate across Google, hands down. So now I bet you're wondering, well, what now, Micah? Well, the truth is, you probably knew this was coming. You can either take this information I provided you today and do this on your own, dude, and I'm totally cool with that. However you want to go about it, if you want to do it yourself and save the money, I totally understand. But if you want to save the time and the resources of doing it, you can give me a quick call at 918-260-1694, and I'll take a deeper look and see what's actually involved, all the moving parts, right? And I'll give you a quick assessment on that. Again, my name is Micah Collins. It's 918-260-1694. Hey, Brent, I look forward to hearing from you, and I hope you have a good one.